dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be here at Ikigai Laws and Analysis, Truth, Trust and Technology Dialogue, if I may say so. I think I thought I'd make a presentation actually. Then my team told me that, are you out of your mind? They're already an informed crowd. So I thought maybe I should not make a fool of myself. So they helped me put down what I intend to say. But I think you have started a very important dialogue here today. And I think this should be debated not just in these within these four walls, but it should be debated in public at large so that people understand what dangers misinformation, disinformation, misinformation, malinformation, fake news pose for the society, democracy, economies, and communities at large. I think misinformation and fake news have today emerged as one of the gravest threats to democracy, public safety, and more importantly, social harmony, not just in India but across the world. The World Economic Forum's Global Risks Report of 2024 has in fact ranked misinformation and disinformation as the top short-term global threat above all other threats. Former Chief Justice of India, D.Y. Chandrachud, said that fake news can misguide millions of people at once, and this will be in direct contradiction with the fundamentals of democracy, which form the bedrock of our existence. Circulation of fake news and disinformation has the power to impair democratic discourse. Former Chief Election Commissioner, Mr. Rajiv Kumar, says social media space is polluted. If we have environmental pollution outside, equally serious social media pollution exists inside. Election Commission of India itself has identified the 4 M's, that is muscle, money, misinformation, and model code violation as the biggest challenges to free and fair elections. And more importantly, the Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narendra Modi, too agrees, surprisingly, and says that in a diverse society like ours, deepfakes can cause a big crisis. By the time the truth comes out, it becomes too late. And more recently, the Chief of Defence Staff, General Anil Chauhan, said that 15% of Army's time during Operation Sindoor went into countering fake narratives. And this is the reality of our digital era, where lies can reach millions of people before even truth finds a voice. The reason I am quoting these people, the top people in our ecosystem or in the hierarchy of our country and the democratic country of ours, is that we need to take it very seriously. If I say it, it becomes controversial. Like you said, I've spoken about it a lot, and I get a lot of backlash when I speak. I don't know why. But that's why I'm putting up a case in front of you where the CJI has spoken, where the CEC has spoken, where the CDS has spoken, and more importantly, the Prime Minister has spoken. So I hope that this itself is a use case. And why it is dangerous to India in particular. We are a nation of 1.3 billion people. Just look at our digital landscape. How is this information traversing across geographies, across states, across communities, social media? The digital landscape is quite huge. WhatsApp has over 500 million users in India. YouTube, close to 500 million users. Instagram, 481 million users. Snapchat, 213 million. ShareChat, 180 million. LinkedIn, 170 million. Moj, 160 million. Facebook Messenger 108 million, Telegram 100 million, and these are just the top 10 social media, communicable and messenger services that are available. When you come down, there are more. And the daily average time spent by an Indian on social media is close to around 2.5 hours every single day. And in India, the scale of the problem is alarming. According to METI's report, the Ministry of Electronics, Information Technology, Government of India in 2023, they say that WhatsApp accounted for 64% of misinformation spread, Facebook accounted 18%, and Twitter for 12%, and this was 2 years back. 46% of misinformation in India is political, and in Karnataka, 46% of misinformation is about me. I don't have actual stats to back that, but I'm assuming so. 33% concerns general issues, 17% is religious in nature. And what is even more troubling is 88% of Indians admit to having shared misinformation or online news without verifying it. And more than half of them continue to do it frequently. And these are not the mere statistics, but they reflect on the erosion of our collective information ecosystem here. Misinformation has real world consequences. People think that they can say anything online and it does not affect them offline. It has destroyed economies, it has destroyed communities, and it has taken lives. For example, in Delhi riots 2020, fake reports about attacks on religious sites circulated on social media led to the loss of over 50 lives. In the Bhima Koregaon case in 2018, we all know what happened in Maharashtra. And more importantly, here in Karnataka in 2017, the Paresh Mehta case where falsehoods and doctored images triggered communal riots, communal unrest, the scars of which are still felt in the society in Karavali region and also in the political landscape of Karnataka. More recently, during the Pahalgam terror attack of 2025, AI-generated images, deepfake videos flooded social media within hours. During Operation Sindhu, fake videos, even fake video game clips were broadcast as real war footage by national media. Just imagine showcasing Counter-Strike as a war between India and Pakistan. And this is not with misinformation alone. I think this is just not misinformation alone. I think it's a weaponized deception that endangers public peace, national security, and institutional credibility. And we saw what happened during the COVID-19. 1 in every 4 Indians believed in false narratives that were floated about vaccines, about possible remedies, and that cost us lives. It hurt public health efforts that the governments were trying to do. And recently, even the Chief Justice of India, Shri B.R. Gavai, observed that judicial remarks are frequently distorted on social media, fueling hostility towards the judiciary. After an attempted attack on him, the Solicitor General confirmed that misinformation online was a key trigger. So when fake news begins to endanger our constitutional institutions, we cannot remain silent spectators. To act wisely, government must clearly define the course. And that's exactly what we are trying to do here. So when Sudhir said that we are in a draft stage and it's being discussed, everybody is very curious what Karnataka government is trying to do about a misinformation bill. But trust me, there's the problem that we wanted to sort out became more when so much misinformation about the misinformation bill went out. It was amazing. The problem that we wanted to solve just exploded because of misinformation. So what we tried to do, I'll just explain it quickly to you in a couple of minutes. So we tried this during the parliament elections earlier. We ensured that we got in the best think tanks, we got in the best technology companies, we got in researchers, and the government wanted to understand what is fake news, what is misinformation. That's when we realized that it is wider and deeper than we understand. information can be classified into various buckets. First is misinformation. Misinformation means incorrect information shared carelessly or incorrectly, harmless, innocently. Example, you must be getting every Republic Day and every August 15th, you'll be getting the Jana Gana Mana, our national anthem, is considered the best national anthem by UNESCO. By UNESCO. Harmless. It's just a forward. I got it, I sent it to somebody, harmless. Disinformation is the second bucket, is what we're trying to figure out is disinformation. I mean, false information created and shared deliberately to mislead. I'll give you local examples, not global examples, things that the government has experienced. So, in disinformation, you know the Shakti scheme that the government has floated, the free bus scheme for women. So, there was this particular group or a particular organization which started sharing video saying that Shakti has created chaos and women are fighting with each other trying to get on the bus, and one woman leg was cut off when she was trying to get in to the bus through the window, and there was a video of that lady with her leg bleeding badly, blood all over. It was like her leg was in a pool of blood. She was screaming and she was scolding the government. But very cleverly, it was edited. And it was shared massively, saying it was because of the Shakti scheme. But actually, when we did some background check, we got to know that that incident happened in Andhra Pradesh, and it had nothing to do with the government of Karnataka. That lady was not even a Kannadiga. This incident at all did not even happen. But by the time it had already spread like wildfire, because the government had just come in, the scheme had just been floated. There was indeed a lot of curiosity among women that yes, will I be able to travel free on the bus? And it just so happened that this disinformation started floating around, and it did create a lot of chaos. The third bucket is malinformation. True information used maliciously or out of context. So it is used maliciously and out of context to cause harm intentionally. So for example, there was an individual who put up on his social media the police mercilessly beating a young man with his belt in Hubli. So he's taken the video, he's uploaded the video, and he said, look, this is the way police atrocities happen, and he's written a long note on that. And the video is very clear, where actually one person in khaki is beating one more person mercilessly. At least it looks like that in the video. We shot it from behind. Then we found out that actually it was a film shooting. But already that person did it deliberately. He had some probably axe to grind with the local people over there, the local police station, or I don't know what it is. But he uploaded saying this is police brutality in Karnataka. And by the time we were able to bring out the truth, bring out the clarification, it was too late. There were protests, there was a lot of thing about the government, evil about the Department of Home, and I think it is very, very dangerous when people's faith in the Department of Home is just eroded. And this was classified as malinformation. And each of these things, and of course fake news. Fake news, everybody is aware, I will not go into that too much. But misinformation, disinformation, malinformation can be weaponized, can be used maliciously, and it creates animosity within the society. It's not just about defaming a government, or defaming a person, or defaming communities. It actually seeds source of seeds of hatred, which leads to law and order problem, which leads to communal disharmony, which leads to the collapse of us as a society. And each is dangerous, but disinformation is extremely dangerous because it is intentional and is the most corrosive of all. And this threat is magnified by technology. And especially now, as most of you are aware here, that with cheap and accessible tools, and especially now with the advent of accessible and affordable AI tools, anyone can now create deepfake videos, cloned voices, and fabricated documents that appear entirely authentic. Now a single click can spark chaos, and hence we want to bring in laws to rein in misinformation and regulate the platforms that amplify these, thereby who are violating their own public policies. See, we are not trying to just bring in some rule, like every platform, whether it is Meta, whether it's any other public platform, they have their own public policies. And by allowing such information to be amplified on their platform, they're also indirectly, I'm not saying directly, you cannot monitor everything, they're also indirectly responsible, and it violates their own public policy. So all we are trying to do is that we want to get all these platforms and the laws of the land under one ambit, so that we can be able to, I wouldn't say curb, but at least regulate information that is harmful. And more importantly, people, the media thought that we are trying to curtail freedom of speech. I had a 3.5 hour, the longest press brief in my life with them. 3.5 hours, I answered all their questions. I offered them a seat within the committee as well, so that they can help me flag what it is. And more importantly, the bill that we intend, the draft bill that we are discussing with the Department of Law and Department of Home, excludes satire, parody, opinion, and art. And we are not criminalizing humor, dissent, or creativity. We are only criminalizing the spread of harmful falsehoods presented as a fact. And our intention is pretty clear. We intend to protect citizens. We intend to protect constitutional institutions. We intend to protect democracy, social order from deliberate falsehoods that cause harm. And the government has already piloted the Information Disorder Tracking Unit during the recent Parliament elections. So it is something that we are not just bringing in as a knee-jerk reaction. We piloted this for over 90 days. We had the use of technology. We used startups. We used technology pretty efficiently. We used research scholars to debunk these fake narratives that were floating. And more importantly, we traced the origins of the misinformation. And that worked well. You'll be quite surprised that we combed through over 4 lakh or 400,000 materials during the previous parliament elections, which could have potentially been quite disruptive when it comes to giving out the right information.